The cannons of the pirate ship ready to fire in the north end zone. We can only be one place. Raymond James Stadium here in Tampa, the home of the Buccaneers. Straight ahead, we've got a good one on tap. It's the Los Angeles Chargers and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. On the visiting sideline, there's Chargers head coach Jim Harbaugh. His team making the long flight. Always difficult to play the 1 o'clock Eastern game when a West Coast team feels like it's 10 a.m. on their body clock. His counterpart on the Buck sideline is Todd Bowles. His guys ready to see how they match up in a battle between two Super Bowl contenders. Mike Tirico and Greg Olsen on hand as Cameron Dicker is set to kick things off. Off we go from Raymond James Stadium. So the Tampa Bay offense set to work for the first time in this one. They'll be led out by the young man in his second season in the NFL.
One thing about this guy that's pretty clear, Mike, is there's not a whole lot that rattles him. He does a good job staying even-keeled. You don't know if he just threw a pick or if he just led his team to a touchdown drive, and that was kind of the case last week. He didn't let it snowball into a bunch of back-breaking mistakes. He just shook it off and kept playing. Now, can he keep that mentality as the rest of the year unfolds? And if he does, he's going to give his team a chance every single week.
They'll try again. It's 2nd and 10.
Ready? 60 Eagles, 60.
They'll throw out of the gun. That one's incomplete. Good coverage there. Made it uncomfortable for the receiver. Couldn't hang with it, and it brings up 3rd down.
And that's exactly what every defense is trying to do in the passing game. They want to muddy up these windows, Mike, make every throw as contested as possible. No separation, contact right at the catch point, and does a great job forcing the incomplete pass.
Trying to hook up with Cade Otton that time around. And now it's 4th down.
Remember what they told us, Mike, leading up to this game. They said it is so critical for us to find success, especially on 3rd down. We want to maintain possession, extend these drives. Well, the first crack comes up and they fail through the air, and we'll have to regroup and be able to have better success throughout the remainder of this game.
So here come the Chargers, the offense getting set to come out, led by their quarterback, the 6th overall pick of the 2020 draft. It's Justin Herbert.
You know, some weeks, Mike, it just seems like you just can't do anything wrong. Every play, every throw, it just seems like everything goes your way, and that was certainly the case last week, throwing for over 300 yards, 3 touchdowns. Tell you what, his receivers, they're coming into every game saying, we're going to get a lot of opportunities, and their quarterback can continue to play at that high of a level. There's a lot of production to go around.
The run on 1st down was good for 7, and it's 2nd and 3.
Set.
Now Herbert on the bootleg. Short pass taken in by the tight end. And he's going to be out of bounds just beyond midfield. A gain there of 11. 1st down, LA.
Black 80, black, ready.
On the give, here's Hampton. Open space to the 35. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. 19 more on that one, and another 1st down.
Really nice explosive play there on the ground, and I'll tell you what, for these fans sitting in the stadium, they're not used to seeing their home team pushed around, so continue to be physical at the line of scrimmage, mix in the runs with the pass, and if they can continue to generate these big explosive runs, I don't think they need to go away from it.
80, round. What is it?
On 1st down, right back to Hampton. And he'll plow forward for a gain of 4 yards. From the 24 now, here's 2nd down and 6. from the gun, it's Herbert. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down.
A bit of a quick hitter here, and what you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot, but they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short game.
He'll try to run for it with Hampton. And he's going to be brought down right on that yellow line, but the official signal, he's got enough for the 1st down.
I know it's early in this game, but in my mind, that's 4-down territory, and certainly now the coach doesn't have to make that decision. He keeps it on the ground on 3rd and short, gets a fresh set of downs, and now they got to see if they can come away with some points.
Another run here with Hampton. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
So everything this defense talks about, Mike, is creating negative plays. It's one of the best run defenses in football. Everything is about suffocating you at the line of scrimmage, make you work for everything you get.
Now Herbert throwing on 2nd down. That's to the running back, Amarian Hampton. And a good job rallying to the football, holding just a gain of a yard and sets up 3rd down.
All right, so anytime you're facing the blitz, the best thing you can do as an offense is just get the ball out of your hand. Get into the hands of receiver, run after catch. In this case, nice job by the defense, rallying to the ball. Modest gain.
3rd down and 9. Shotgun now for Herbert. In the middle, and he's got his man complete. And the Chargers are going to have 1st and goal coming up. Tackle made at the 3-yard line.
3rd downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball.
And he will take this one across into the end zone. Amarian Hampton. Touchdown, Chargers. That touchdown puts him in double digits. Now 10 rushing touchdowns on the season. Cameron Dicker, the kicker for the extra point. He's got it, and the Chargers will take a 7-0 lead. After the touchdown, here's Dicker out to send this one away. This will be returned from the 6. Oh, he's got room past the 30. Good return here. Brings it up to the 33-yard line. Todd Bowles there, the Bucs head coach, as his guys head back out for their next possession. They were forced to punt the first time through. It led to a touchdown, so down 7-0 as they get the ball back for 1st and 10. Off the play fake. He'll look to throw. He'll take a shot down the middle of the field. Emeka Ibuka, the intended receiver. It's 2nd down. Now they'll set him to throw. And he'll be stopped short of the 1st down. He's able to look it in and get forward for a pickup of about 8. Here's 3rd and 2.
Here we go, set. Bronco 80. Let's go.
Slot man in motion left. Now on 3rd and 2, they'll try and throw for it, and he will have the 1st down. The drive will continue after a pickup of 8.
He's in a really nice rhythm here on third down. He appears very comfortable operating out of the gun, and he's able to find his man near the sideline, and he's able to extend this drive.
They'll run with Irving. Trying to bounce that outside. It went a long way for a gain of nothing.
Back's doing everything in his power to try to get that ball around the edge to the boundary, but just great pursuit there by this linebacker, staying with his angles, running through contact, and he makes the play behind the line.
Back to throw. That's caught left side by Otten. And that'll go for a gain of 7, and it's going to set up third down.
It's a gain of 7. Makes it 3rd and 4.
Slot man going to move in motion left. They'll throw here on 3rd and short. He manages to get the throw away and completes it. That's catch 3 just on this drop, and it gets his team a first down.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They clearly have a mismatch in their favor, and every time they've looked his way, he's continued to make big plays. If I'm this coordinator, I think I'm giving him one more shot and see if he can push this thing over the goal line and come away with 6.
Trying to find some place to go, but nothing developing. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 1.
So much of what makes a toss play so good is it allows you to get the ball on the perimeter of the defense really quickly, and it doesn't stress all of your backside blocking. But on the downside, it does get your running back running east and west. They're running sideways for the first couple steps, and with a defense that can run to the ball, they're able to get you down for a loss.
And he'll be very close to a first down. Won't quite have enough, but now a much more advantageous spot.
So the hope is when you call these underneath drag routes, you're trying to have your tight end come out the backside of the defense in space. So when you put the ball on him early, it leads to big yards after the catch. In this case, they don't get the real big play they were hoping for, but they'll definitely take it. When done correctly, Mike, this is just such a high percentage call. It's kind of hard to choose another play off your call sheet. It's impossible to defend. You can know it's coming, stack the box, whatever you want to do. But most of the time, they'll just drive forward and pick up the first down.
And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
It's not the big play they were hoping for, but first down efficiency, staying ahead of the chains, is what every offense is trying to find, and it brings up a manageable 2nd down.
That's hauled in at the 2. And he's in. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. That touchdown number 1 for him on the year.
When you think back to their first possession of this game, Mike, it resulted in a punt. Not exactly the fast start the coaches told us was so important as this game unfolds. They get the ball back for possession 2. Now they try to find some rhythm, find their identity of the game plan, and they come away with 6. So that's how you bounce back in this league. It's not always going to be perfect. Really nice job settling into this game here with their 2nd possession.
We're all tied, 7 apiece, and the kick's away. Safe kick taken at the 5. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Chargers offense and Omarion Hampton getting set for their next possession. And he has made his presence felt in the ground game already in this first quarter. And it might very well lean on him the next 3 quarters, too. This drive will begin with a run with Hampton. And he's going to be stuck well behind the line of scrimmage. A play going absolutely nowhere.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on first down, but that's exactly the case here.
Now a play fake. Herbert. And that's going to be incomplete, but a flag down in the backfield. That's the area we usually see holding.
Set. Black 80, black. Ready.
Out of the gun, here's Herbert. He's got a man downfield. That's Johnston. This has been bizarre. From second and a mile, a huge gain, but still short of a first down. It's going to be third. They need one.
Set. 80, run. Run.
Now they'll pitch it out here. And he's going to be brought down. And with that tackle, we hit the end of the first quarter of play. A touchdown apiece here in the first quarter of play. Pair of sevens on the scoreboard. We'll have more from Tampa after this. It's the Chargers with the football to begin this second quarter, as they've got it with fourth down coming up. So on fourth down, they'll call on Braden Mann to punt. And good coverage by the punt team. They stop him before he can get any return cranked up. Here's the Tampa Bay offense. They're going to take over once more. They'll work in a tie game here in the second quarter and get started with first and 10.
Let's go.
Off play action. He'll set up to throw. Now he'll run.
Initially, Mike, a really good job by the defense. Nowhere to go with the ball for this quarterback. He's forced to pull it down and turn into a runner. Little slow reaction, and he's able to actually pick up a pretty good gain.
So, from the 26-yard line, here's second and 1. Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. A dive and a catch. Incredible. First catch for him on the afternoon, and it results in a first down.
And that's what you call being fearless, going over the middle. That's not everybody's cup of tea in this league, Mike. Some guys love to operate outside the numbers, and some guys understand their role is in the middle of the field, and not only to make that kick.
That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by Tarheeb Still. And they will finally get to him as he's brought down near the 40-yard line. Now a first and 10 from the 38-yard line.
Set. 80, run. 80, run. What is it?
They'll start on the ground with Hampton. He did not want to go down there. Carrying tacklers, it's a gain of 9.
It's not just the blockers creating yards for him out there. He created most of that yardage on his own, shrugging off the initial tackle attempt and continuing to rumble downfield.
Set. Camper. Set.
They'll go again with Hampton. He is met and dropped. A couple of yards behind the line of scrimmage, too.
And just like that, you go from second and inches, where you think it's pretty much a given that you're going to move the chains, to now finding yourself in third and 2 or 3. Great job by that defense. This completely changes this possession.
Set.
On third down, here's Hampton. And the drive will continue. Good run down to the 44. And a first down.
There's a big conversation going on right now around the NFL about what is the true value of having a run game. And I've always thought it comes down to being good at 3 situations. Can you run the ball in the fourth quarter with a lead? How well can you run the ball on the goal line? And then in this case, how well can you run the ball in short yardage situations?
And he'll get forward for a couple. It's second down.
Set. 80, run. Let's go.
Now, Herbert. The pressure gets there, and down he goes. Tyrell Johnston. He gets in for the sack. It took a while, but that is his first on the year.
This is what you don't want to see out of your quarterback. As that pocket starts to collapse, the good ones, they can keep their eyes downfield and feel the rush. They don't need to see the rush. Here, his eyes go down. He starts moving around the pocket. Nowhere to go with the ball, and they bring him down for a sack.
So, backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long.
Delta, hunt.
To throw, it's Herbert. Throwing right, that's Johnston. And he will get into the end zone. Quentin Johnston, touchdown LA. What a job to finish the play with a touchdown. The catch and carry, and the carry part, Greg, that was the most impressive there.
Well, you said it, Mike. The catch was nice, but it's what can you do after the catch that really separates guys in this league. And in this case, he did plenty because it ended up in a touchdown.
Point after now from Dicker. He knocks it through, and the Chargers will move out to a 14-7 lead. After the touchdown, here's Dicker out to send this one away. The return starts from the 5. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Buccaneers offense headed back to take over once more. They trail now 14-7 as they'll come up for 1st and 10. The handoff, it's Irvin. And good blocking up front, paving the way for a gain of 8 on the ground. From the 35, here's 2nd and a yard.
60 bison.
Blitz coming, he'll throw it. A short one there to Otten. And they'll pick up the 1st down, a gain of about 4.
Ready, break. Let's go.
They'll run it. It's Irvin. And he's going to be taken down right at midfield. Pickup of 11 yards on that one. Good for a Buccaneers 1st down.
And these are the explosive runs that open everything up. There's all this conversation about the value of the run game, but when you take a look at the best running teams, Mike, it's not necessarily how many yards they run for, it's how many big plays do they generate on the ground. And when you can generate big plays on the ground, it makes everything so much more difficult for the defense.
He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a 1st down.
Deputy! Cougar 19!
He'll look to throw. This one on target to Godwin. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line. Give him 12 on that one. They are on the march. Another 1st down.
Alert! Ready.
On the ground, it's Irvin. Not much happening there, just a short gain. Second down and 8.
Check.
He'll drop to throw. Trying to get away, but he will not. They finally run him down.
If there's one positive remaining, it's the fact that they're still in scoring position, but with the way they've been able to move the ball down here in the red zone, They're thinking 6, but after that last sack, their chances of converting here for a touchdown have gotten a lot more difficult.
On the set.
Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long.
Go. 18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal.
They'll look to throw. And he'll just have to throw this one away. There was nowhere to go downfield. And now it's going to bring up a 4th down.
And I think this is just a really good quarterback play. You understand you got 3 points in your pocket. Don't try to be a hero on 3rd down and make the perfect pass. Throw it away, and at the end, just come away with points on this drive. And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Now, here comes a return from the 9. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. The Chargers offense and receiver Quentin Johnston set to take over once more. And seemingly every time they've looked his way in the first half, it's resulted in a big play that is borne out by those eye-popping numbers. From the 25, they'll go to work. 1st and 10.
Set. Campo. Set.
Give, and here comes Hampton. And not much there. Good defense. Held to no gain.
I can promise you that is not how they wanted to start this drive, Mike. I mean, to get blown up at the point of attack, there was just nowhere for the back to go on that run.
Black 80, black.
Perfect. That's going to be incomplete. Coverage very good there. Contact jarring the ball loose. And it's going to force 3rd down.
All things considered, it's actually a pretty good pass. I mean, he puts the ball in a place where only his guy can catch it. But I think he hears those footsteps coming from that nearest defender, and he's not able to secure the catch through contact.
A throw left side, going to be intercepted. And he is going to bring this one back. A DB's dream, a pick 6 for touchdown. So 3rd and long, trying to pick up a 1st down to keep a drive going. Instead, the worst result. It goes back the other way, Greg, and the defense scores with a pick 6.
Mike, sometimes there's a fine line between being aggressive and being reckless, and I think you find yourself in 3rd and long, you're trying to make a play, but sometimes you just press a little too far, and this time it leads to the turnover and the pick 6.
Point after try forthcoming. It's up and through. And the Buccaneers move out to a 3-point edge, 17-14. So following the score, here's Evans to send it away. This taken in at the 8-yard line. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. Herbert keeping it on the zone read. And he's going to be taken down on the other side of the 50-yard line. An ideal beginning to this drive. 24 on the first play.
And this is really an area, Mike, that he excels in. He makes the right decision to keep the ball himself, and then when he hits the hole, he doesn't stop until he picks up the 1st down.
A run, this is Hampton. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. That's Yaya Diaby with the tackle. Here's 2nd and 6. Throwing now is Herbert. He finds a receiver. It's Trey Harris. And he's out of bounds down inside the 35. First time these two have connected this afternoon, and it'll wind up being a first down.
First down, Chargers.
Kappa. Ready.
Hampton trying to work inside. A modest gain, maybe 2 yards. It's second down.
And they've really done a nice job defensively holding them in check. I mean, ideally, you'd want your back to average around 4 yards a pop, but they're falling short of that threshold as of now, and partially it's why they find themselves trailing at this stage in the game.
From the gun, it's Herbert. Quick throw, slant, caught by Johnston. They'll get about 6 before he's taken down. They'll look to pick this up, 3rd and a yard.
Set. 5-9. Set.
On play action, it's Herbert. He'll swing this out to Hampton. And he's going to have the first down as he gets out of bounds, and he stopped the clock as well.
Set. 380. Green out. 180. 180. Set.
On play action, now Herbert, and he's not going to be able to get away. Good defense on the perimeter. It'll be a loss of yardage. Now a signal, timeout called. 9 seconds left to play in this first half. Last play went the wrong way. It sets up second and long. It's second down and 12.
380. Ready.
Shotgun now for Herbert. Nowhere to go. He is taken down. And the offense will take one here. Timeout with 6 left on the second quarter clock. Here's Cameron Dicker now on for the field goal. This will be a 48-yard attempt. Dicker's kick is good. And the Chargers have tied it at 17.
What a methodical drive to close this half out. I mean, let's not forget, Mike, they get the ball after the break as well, so they get back-to-back. They call it doubling up possessions. Last one of the first half, first one of the second half. It's a great opportunity to put some distance between you and the opponent.
And he's going to take this all the way back. 80 yards. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Greg, it is a beautiful thing to watch. 11 come together. We always focus on the return man, but the entire special teams unit paves the way for that score.
And all week, Mike, when you talk to this group, the coaches thought they had an advantage in the return game, and I think we can see why. They felt their scheme and their blockers was a great matchup against this kickoff unit, and in this case, it's very easy to see why.
The kick is good, so add one more, and it will take a first-half lead into the locker room.
All right, Mike, thanks very much. We're officially on to the second half of the season, Week 10. The playoff race starting to faintly take shape. Let's get into it. Our trip through the NFL starts now. We begin at MetLife Stadium, the Giants at home to take on the Green Bay Packers. And this is the former UCLA Bruin, Zach Charbonnet. The team got into the red zone, he gets into the end zone, a 10-yard touchdown run. The Giants get a much-needed win as they move back to 500 at 5-5. From there, we go to Indianapolis. We'll check in on the Colts as they host the Kansas City Chiefs. And this is Patrick Mahomes. He's got a couple of touchdown passes in this first half, including this one. The Chiefs have the lead in a game where both teams come in on a winning streak, so something's got to give. One more to show you real quick. We go to Houston. It's the Texans taking on the Cowboys. And it's Deebo Samuel. He's going to find an opening down the field and pull this one in. 58 yards for the score. This one's at halftime, and it's the Cowboys with the lead at the half. And here's a look at the rest of the action that's going on, the risers and the fallers around the NFL here in Week 10. Meanwhile, in our game, both teams have been able to move the ball effectively. It might be a question of which defense can make a stand in the second half. As we get you back out to the second half and rejoin Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
First half played out a bit as we expected. We'll see if there's a surprise coming up. Both teams set to go, and the second half is underway. And he's brought down right at the 35-yard line. The Chargers offense and Omarion Hampton getting set for their next possession. He is the NFL leader in rushing to this point in the season, so he's hoping to put together a solid second half to try to take home the title. On the ground, Hampton. And he is stopped in his tracks. Loss of a couple on the play.
How often do we see linebackers be so fast trying to track down the ball carrier that they end up actually overrunning the play and allowing the running back to cut back? But not this guy. Does a great job staying in phase, stretching this ball out sideways, and he brings him down for a loss.
Now it's Herbert. Short pass taken in by the tight end.
And this is where the versatility of the tight end position really starts coming into play. Not only do they have to line up with their hand on the ground, but they can occasionally split out in the slot. And man, they're too fast for linebackers, and a lot of times they're too big for defensive backs.
Third and long. Here's Herbert. He's got a man! It's Harris! They get 16 on that connection. It's good for a Charger first down.
This may look like a simple connection, Mike, just pitch and catch, but I can promise you the amount of time these two guys have spent together on the practice field, in the meeting rooms, just getting on the same page, seeing the game through the same set of eyes, it makes what's pretty difficult seem a lot easier.
From the 48-yard line, here's 2nd and 8. Throwing, Herbert. Downfield, that's Johnston. He's got it. And he's going to be taken down right at the 25-yard line. He's over 100 receiving yards on the afternoon now, and a first down to boot.
And while it ultimately worked out for him this time, Mike, this is not a throw he wants to make a habit of, because that was risky. When he threw it, I thought that ball was being picked. I think he got away with one here, results in a big pickup, and get a fresh set of downs.
They'll come up here, 1st and 10. They'll go with Hampton. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more. It is 2nd and 9.
line. Ready.
Herbert to throw. That's going to be incomplete. Good work by the defender. Bodied his man up. Wouldn't allow the catch. It'll force third down.
I got high standards for offensive players, but in this case, Mike, I think I'm giving all the credit to the defender. He timed that one up perfectly, and what could have been an easy play ends up as an incomplete.
Throwing is Herbert on third down. Taking off, he'll try to get there. And he'll get into the slide here, but he's going to be well short of the first down.
And that's a great job defensively here on third down. Not only taking away all the options down the field through the air, but when the quarterback decides to turn into a runner himself, they're able to converge and make the play and keep him short of the first down. So anytime an offense comes off the field after settling for 3, you always have to take the good with the bad. In order to get down there in field goal range, you had to do something positive to move the ball. But at the same time, how are we going to be able to finish these drives and convert for 6 the next time we get down there?
From the 6, here comes a return. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. Todd Bowles there, the Bucs head coach, as his guys head back out for their next possession. The lead sits at 4, so they'll try to add on to that. This drive begins with 1st and 10.
Let's go. Ready,
It's
go.
Otten
19
in motion.
Tiger, 19 Tiger.
Back to throw here to begin the drive. He'll step up and run this. And he wisely hit the deck at the end of that one. No unnecessary shot there. It is a first down.
Mike, this is great awareness by the quarterback manipulating the pocket. He feels the pressure coming on around him, but so often the soft spot is moving up in the pocket. That's exactly what he does. Takes off down the middle of the field, picks up good yardage, and a first down.
No dice there. He is met and tackled behind the line of scrimmage.
Man, what a big-time play here by the corner. It feels like he knew that play was coming before the ball was even snapped. You can see he sticks his foot in the ground and bursts. He ends that play before it even has a chance to get started.
And they're going to work this down inside the 45. A 19-yard pickup there. It's a first down for Tampa Bay.
This is a really nice job of just finding a hole in coverage, Mike. And I used to say, hey, when you're open, stay open. That's the art of route running versus zone coverage. And it's a friendly target for the quarterback in space, and they're able to convert. The best linebackers at this level, Mike, they have all the physical attributes. That's a given. But it's really their instincts. It's their ability to dissect and predetermine where the ball is going before the ball is even snapped. And you could see with how fast he met the back at the point of attack, he knew exactly what play was coming. Similar to a tight end, the slot receiver is often considered the safety blanket. He makes all the difficult catches, tends to be a little bit more around the line of scrimmage, and so far today, he's certainly lived up to that reputation.
Got a man! It's Ibuka, complete. First time they've looked his way all game long, but he comes through with the grab and a first down.
You can't run plays like this, Mike, if you don't have incredible pass protection. I mean, he started on the left side of the formation, and look how far he had to go across the field before that ball was caught. That's going to take time. That's going to take a lot of trust in that quarterback, in his protectors, to know he can stand tall in that pocket and wait for his receiver to break open. Every team makes an emphasis on winning first down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, 2nd and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor. So they have these rules for the receivers, Mike. They call them green grass rules, and the idea is if you're running across the field and you're looking at the quarterback, you're going to stay on the run. If you're not looking at the quarterback, that tells him, I'm going to sit in this soft zone. I'm going to what they call punch and pivot and stop, and that tells the quarterback to put the ball on your chest. That nonverbal communication between the receiver and the quarterback, recognizing when you're open, stay open, that's the stuff that makes a lot of these offenses so difficult to defend.
He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Bucs will extend their third quarter lead.
And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
This is fielded inside the 5. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Chargers offense and Omarion Hampton getting set for their next possession. And as you take a look at the numbers, you have to imagine he was the top conversation in that locker room at halftime. They got to find a way to slow him down. Nothing they've done has worked so far.
Set. Black 80, black. Set.
Run between the tackles for Hampton. And he's going to struggle to get back to the line. Maybe a yard. Arias Alexander there on the tackle. Second down, 8 to go from the 28.
Set. Delta, set. Go.
Here's Hampton. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage.
He sniffed that one out from the jump. I mean, once he diagnosed and knew where the ball was going, he got there in a hurry, and he put an end to that play really before it ever got started.
Throwing is Herbert on third down. He gets this one complete to Johnston.
It's easy to make your quarterback look good when you can just get open as easily as he has in this game so far. I mean, he had the big first half, remember, but here in the second half, he just continues to add to these numbers here in the third quarter.
It's a 3 tight end look as they have it 1st and 10.
Set. 380. Set.
On the handoff, it's Hampton. Finding space inside the 40. And he's going to be taken down.
And he just continues to chew off more and more yardage with every single carry. And you can see here with the numbers, Mike, for as strong as he was in the first half, it almost looks like he's gotten even stronger now here in the second.
380. Delta,
On first down, right back to Hampton. And he's going to be taken down. Not so easy this time. They drop him back behind the line. It's second down.
We don't give these big guys enough credit, Mike, just how fast these defensive tackles really are. Here he uses his speed to break through, take the back down for a loss.
Out of the gun, here's Herbert. This one complete right side. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. 13 yards on that pass play, and the Chargers have the first down.
Set. 380. 380.
They'll run out of the gun with Hampton. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. So these teams trade field goals in the third as we come to the end of the quarter. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Second and 10.
Set. 380. Route.
Now Herbert. That's pulled in. Najee Harris. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up third down.
Kappa.
To throw is Herbert. Oh, he's going to be bottled up and taken down. They got him.
With the right personnel, the safety position is like the ultimate chess piece, right? You can put him in center field to play pass. You can bring him up and make him a pseudo linebacker, but you also can bring him on pressure, Mike, and that's what this guy does so well. The timing and the speed, he got there in a hurry.
And this is blocked. And that's not going to work. The defense comes up with a fourth down, fourth quarter stand, and forces a turnover on downs.
And that's just a really good effort there. Remember, if he misses the ball and he runs into the kicker, that's an automatic first down, but he doesn't. Not only does he get through, almost untouched, he's able to get a hand on it and block the kick.
Check.
They'll run with Irving. Not much there, maybe a yard. Here now, 2nd and 9 from the 39-yard line.
Get it. 70 Lions.
That is caught out wide on the RPO. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up 3rd down.
Ready, set. Ready. 70 Timberwolves.
A shotgun snap. He'll look the pressure too much, and he goes down. Tui Pelotu. He's in to drop him for a sack, and that will bring up 4th down.
As this clock continues to tick, we're getting dangerously close here to do-or-die territory. But after that 3rd down sack, real good chance of getting off the field. No points allowed. Let's see if their offense now can do their job, because defense certainly did theirs.
And he's going to be brought down after a short return. And that's where his team will get possession of the football. The Chargers offense and Omarion Hampton getting set for their next possession. He's got a rushing touchdown in the game already as you check out where he ranked in rushing touchdowns coming into this weekend. They'll run it for the first time with Najee Harris. And he'll get nothing here. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all. Here's a 2nd and 9. To throw, it's Herbert. Now the ball thrown deep for Johnston. They're going to have it here. Get it at their own 37-yard line.
And while the defender is going to get credit for the pick, Mike, I think he needs to go up on the sideline and thank his pass rush, because they forced that bad throw. That is the perfect example of when the front pass rush and the back-end coverage work together. Man, that was big-time ball.
The Buccaneers offense starting to trot out for this next possession. They lead by a touchdown as this drive begins with 1st and 10. Here's Irving, and not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
Coming off that edge, Mike, you have to quickly determine, is this a pass or is it a run? And once he realized it was a run, he's able to shed his blocker, make the play, no gain.
70.
Right back to Irving. Once again, this defense up to the task. They stop him for no gain yet again. And now it's 3rd down.
Well, that 2nd down play call is not real fancy, but at this point, Mike, they're in a battle with the clock. How much time can they run off and try to protect this lead? But now it brings up a pretty interesting 3rd down. Can they keep the ball and finish this thing on offense, or are they going to have to punt it away and have their defense finish the game?
That is incomplete. Well read that time defensively, making it difficult downfield, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. Kicking time for the Bucs. They'll punt it away as they try to play the field position game here, protecting a 4th quarter lead. And a fair catch is taken and is just inside the 20-yard line. The head coach of the Chargers, their former QB as well, Jim Harbaugh, his offense goes back to work. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10.
Lion.
This drive begins with a run by Harris. And that play going nowhere. The defense all over that one. They'll bring him down for a big loss.
So there's multiple factors, Mike, that make blitzes successful. So, of course, there's the initial design. Can you attack the vulnerabilities of the offense's blocking scheme? And then in this case, the next phase is the timing. You can see this linebacker knew exactly when that ball was going to be snapped. The offensive line had no chance to identify and pick him up, and he's able to bring him down for a loss.
Going left side, complete to Harris. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down. Now, Herbert. He tosses over the middle. This one is caught. And they're going to get this all the way up close to the 40-yard line.
Another really nice throw right there, and as you can see the numbers he's been able to put up here, I'm a little surprised, if I'm being honest, Mike, with just how easy it seems to have been. It just seems like he's made every right decision every time that he's decided to throw the ball.
They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40.
Set.
On the RPO, he's just going to pitch this one forward.
Sometimes it's those footsteps. I don't care how long you've been playing or at what level you've been playing at. When that defender's bearing down, you really get a good idea of what guys are willing to go through contact to secure a catch, and in this case, what guys are unwilling.
Now Herbert again. The ball deflected at least a couple of times, but it'll fall to the ground. It's incomplete.
It's rare to see an offense that finds themselves trailing and say, well, their quarterback's been actually one of their biggest bright spots. Usually that doesn't go hand in hand, so it's a little surprising to see him miss a throw like that on a day where he's completed passes at a highly efficient rate.
This one complete right side to Harris. And he's down inside the 40-yard line. That's 2 catches on this drive. This one for 23 yards. Here's 1st and 10.
Delta. Set.
Again, and here comes Harris. And somehow he's going to get a yard out of this. He fought through that first contact. It'll bring up 2nd down.
Nice job by the running back making the first guy miss, but it's the pursuit by the entire defense. Even though he doesn't get him down on his first try, the rest of his guys are all rallying to the ball, and they bring him down for a short gain.
From the gun, it's Herbert. I had a defender draped all over him. Incomplete. Good work to body him up and set up a 3rd down.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
And he's going to get there. He got the first down, not by a whole lot, but that'll keep this drive rolling.
Critical 3rd down conversion there, Mike. Now brings up a fresh set of downs. You find yourself here trailing in the 4th quarter. They got to go down and score, and they got to score fast.
On 1st down, it's Harris. He's able to get away from one man, but the reinforcements were there fast. He's taken down for a loss on the play. Two minutes remain in the fourth quarter. Greg and I back for the conclusion in a moment. Here's second down. They'll drop to throw. Quick throw taken in. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up third down. That is incomplete. Here we go. They're down to what could be their final play. It's fourth down.
Great job there defensively, separating the man from the ball. And this is the moments of the game where you need your best players to step up. And this guy's showing what he's capable of doing in the game's critical moment.
Here's a shot toward the end zone. And that is incomplete. They had their chance. They took it there. Look, they're trailing late. Got to let it fly. This will wind up a turnover on downs. The Buccaneers offense ready to get back at it. And this game not quite in hand yet. Still, all three timeouts left for the defense, so they can't just kneel this one out. But one first down will essentially end the game.
Six.
On the ground, it's Irving. And he'll pick up two, out to the 27. Now the Chargers will use the first of their timeouts, and they'll get together prior to this second down play.
Ready? Let's go. 7. Ready?
They'll get creative here on the jet sweep. And this defense having nothing of it. They get them down for a loss on the play. Now a timeout Chargers here. That's their second, as they'll get it with still a minute 20 left to go in the game. 3rd and 10.
Let's go.
He'll look to throw. He'll let this one go deep down the right sideline. And that is incomplete.
I think he predetermined that third down throw, and even though the coverage was tight, he still tried to fit the ball in there anyway, and it ended up falling incomplete. I think if he goes through his progressions and has a little bit more trust in his protection, I think there's an easier throw to make out there.
This fielded inside the 35. And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. So now here comes the Chargers as they get set to take over once more. They'll have very good starting field position as they set up past the 40. On first down, Herbert. This one's going to be taken in over the middle.
As the saying goes, Mike, you need your big-time players to make big-time plays, and the moment doesn't get bigger than this. Find yourself down. A touchdown gives you a chance to win this thing in regulation, and I think they got a shot.
And he'll be taken down, but they are in business inside the 30-yard line. First time they've looked his way all game long, but he comes through with the grab and a first down.
And now, after that catch, they've got a chance here late, Mike. They've got enough time to try to move this thing down. I think they can win the game on this possession.
Final minute, one timeout remaining, and it's 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Herbert. To the right side here, pass is caught. Now they are in business. inside the 15-yard line. Here's 1st and 10. Herbert to the air again. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5. Now final chance to stop it here. Timeout coming with 10 seconds remaining in the game. They'll come up now for 2nd down.
Lion.
On play action. Now Herbert. That is incomplete. So the task gets more difficult. Time for maybe 2 plays. That's it. Big play here. Crowd on their feet for 3rd and 4.
380.
Herbert to the air again. He'll try to run for it. And he'll be taken down, and that is going to do it. Oh, the comeback falls short. Time runs out. This game is over. So, fire the cannons. It's a win for the Bucs. And it is their 3rd consecutive victory. They continue to play great football here in this latest stretch. So, that'll just about do it for Greg Olson and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. The Buccaneers get the win as we say so long from Tampa.